statewide in West Virginia. During a presentation this afternoon before the Joint Finance Committee of the West Virginia Legislature, State Secretary of Tourism Chelsea Ruby told lawmakers the state has seen regular increases in tourism every year since the pandemic. Those increases culminated in record numbers of visitors in 2023.
The first headline number is that we had 75 million visitors in 2023. So this includes both day trippers and overnight visitors and is the highest on record for the state of West Virginia. Those visitors produced an all-time high of nearly $9 billion in economic impact.
Ruby says the growth in tourism can be attributed to increased investment in the tourism industry and improved marketing of what West Virginia has to offer to visitors. She calls the increased tourism over the last few years an incredible success story.